Good evening, race fans. Welcome into the season opener for LSRL Season 7, the Daytona 80. 80 laps around the world center of racing here tonight. We got an estimated fuel run of 35 to 40 laps. And if you have no idea who we are, that's because it came together just this afternoon. We're going to be broadcasting the season opener tonight for LSRL. And as always, we want to give a quick shout out to their sponsors for letting this happen for us. Grid Finder, Butt Kicker, Sim Racer Hub, Sim Speed Shop, Track Time Entertainment, Wilder Graphics, and as always, TrackCams22.com for the awesome camera angles we will be seeing tonight. And as always, I am joined by my beautiful, fantastic co-commentator, Art. Art, how we doing tonight?
A whole lot of introduction for someone who really ain't that beautiful.
It's all right, but we're here. We just signed up a couple hours ago. We got the gig. We're excited to learn about these drivers and what they have to offer. But Daytona, it's sure to get crazy. And then we're gonna go ahead and get right into quali. Currently on pole, Gary Smith with a 50.75, Jay Smart 50.76. Always tight qualifying times at Daytona. Not the most important thing in the world, qualifying, but it does give you an idea of strategy for certain drivers if they want to control the front or kind of hang in the back to avoid the big one. Something to consider for tonight's 80-lap event. There will be a competition caution at lap 25, so that'll throw a wrench in the strategy.
Not a whole lot of fuel saving is going to be going on with that competition caution there. But I believe we will be seeing, at least hopefully one green flag stop. This will be also our first time here at LSRL seeing these guys race together.
And Michael Jeans to the top of the board, 50.65. Jackson Carr, the only other man out on track, as well as Josh Lambert. Currently, 9 cars have set a time with only a minute to go. So it looks like we'll have roughly around 10 or 11, depending on if the final drivers can get their lap in time. With only 53 seconds remaining, still the time to beat, a 50.65 from Michael Jeans in the '08 Chevrolet. We'll see what Josh Lambert can do here on his second and final lap. In the '26 Chevrolet, he'll go second, 50.67, and the last man that will get a time is Jackson Carr in the '27 Toyota Prime machine.
The dude who brought us in like this like within like a day of knowing us wants to, potentially talk about the league. So I say we bring him in the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have him give a better introduction and talk his league up. So go ahead and get him in here.
Joseph, you're in the booth. Tell us about the league. Let people know.
Hey guys, how are you tonight?
Pretty good. Excited for some super speedway racing. Great way to kick off the season.
Yeah, we're excited as well. Daytona is always one of those hit or miss tracks for everybody. Everyone loves it, and then you could be a half a lap in and hate it. So we'll see. We'll see how tonight goes for everyone.
Absolutely. But just give us a quick introduction of your league and a little bit more background information.
Yeah, so Lightspeed Racing League was formed in 2020 by a group of guys that were running some other leagues and decided to kind of come together and decided to make their own league. Anthony Giuliano, Brandon Thornhill, who's in the race tonight, a couple of the original guys that formulated the league. I was one of the original members and then brought in as an admin a little bit later. And primarily, we started off as a NASCAR league, but since then we've kind of expanded our horizons a little bit. We run a GT3 league, and we run Formula One as well. We have an endurance team that runs some of the long races there. As a matter of fact, we're all kind of gearing up for the 24 hours of Daytona coming up. So good solid group of guys here. You got some new guys in the field tonight. I think we have 5 or 6 seasons under our belt now in the Xfinity Series. A couple past champions in the starting lineup tonight. So a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of close racing. Um, we try to go, green to checkered, with no cautions in between. But Daytona's a different beast, so don't quote me on that for tonight. But a lot of our races, other than our stage breaks, literally go caution free.
Well, absolutely. Sounds like a blast to be a part of. And we got 27, now 28 drivers here this evening that are going to be contending for the win. So it's sure to be a good one.
Yeah, it should be really good. 28 guys, Daytona. Track's cooling down. Sun's setting, so it's going to be some fast laps out there. 80 super fast laps tonight. So
Absolutely.
excited to put on a good show for the fans. We appreciate you guys coming on out and picking us up at the last minute. I think we got everything squared away.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We're rolling up the road. So
have a great one.
Thanks.
As the field is griding off, we want to go ahead and give a quick sponsor shout out to Grid Finder that makes great leagues like this possible. Obviously, shout out to the great guys at Grid Finder for helping great leagues come together, such as this one. But we are about to get ready to go here. Michael Jeans, Josh Lambert on the front row here this evening. We got 27 drivers. The only one to not put it up was Glenn Murphy Jr. I do believe he is on pit road.
He seemed to be a pretty late connect there.
But we will have 28 drivers. He is starting from the pits. We are getting ready to go here for 80 action-packed laps. We'll be ending under the lights here tonight. Comp caution at lap 25. Josh Lambert's leading us down, and green flag is underway.
Pretty nice and tidy restart there.
Yep, looks like the outside lane's a little bit more connected immediately. So we'll see what kind of run the 26 of Josh Lambert can get as they head down into turn number 1 for the first time, side by side, 2 by 2. You see there on your track map, Glenn Murphy Jr. did make it out of the pits, so all 28 entrants have started tonight's race.
We got a couple drivers dropping back. Not a huge field here. Don't know how far back you necessarily want to go.
Yep, with 28 drivers. Definitely plenty of room on track tonight to make your moves. And as we suspected, the 26 got a great run. Down the back straightaway, pulls down to the inside. Picks up the 08 of Michael Jeans as the field starts to scatter further on back. Get single file behind the front 9 or so. Give that lap to Josh Lambert in the 26.
Almost a dead heat at the line with Justin Malarkey, my favorite name ever.
And that's what we expect here this evening. Side-by-side photo finish. Inside line starting to have a little momentum here. As you can see, a second pack already forming. Going to be led by Leonard Frost in the 11 machine. See, that's Joseph Morata that we just heard from. Also, your Season 1 champion. So he knows had the experience to get it done, and he decides we're just going to hang out till the competition caution on lap 25. We're just going to see how things play out.
Really seems like we might actually have 3 packs forming, with a second pack like just about a second off, and then the one, as you said, led by Leonard Frost and Joseph Morata. Morata.
But actually, it is that second pack that set the quickest lap of the race already in the 46.69 for Adam Kilday in the 103 car. Justin Malarkey getting pushed up top now by the 27 machine of Jackson Carr. Put the 138 up into the lead. 26 fighting back on the bottom. It looks like a roughly 9-car breakaway. Jonathan Malzela trying to stick with those front 9. He should be able to do so with help from Randy Arms and Samuel Damian.
He's within a second, so he's going to have the draft. But it's whether or not he really wants to close up and be a part of this front pack.
Absolutely.
What a run by Justin Malarkey.
It's
his if he wants it on the bottom.
We'll see if he wants to work with Jackson Carr. He gave him a shove up to the front. Looks like he's going to stick with him for now. With these Xfinity cars, specifically, I think they're one of the better super speedway products on the service. You're able to push pretty much all the time if you want. You can get hooked up with a tandem if you're able to do it. It looks like these drivers are pretty conservative right now. No pushing in the corners that we can see, at least from these front 8 or 9. They're just trying to all get to the stage break. That competition caution at lap 25. And you can see that second pack just off of turn 2 in the background there. Oh, as we have a driver going below the yellow line. I believe that was the 08, the pole sitter Michael Jeans.
I believe he had some words to say about the 44. I believe they were pushing the pusher, something you never want to do.
And just as we described, maybe a little bit conservative and then pushing the pusher, that can change everything. These races can change in an instant as we see the 138 get a little loose out front. It'll allow Josh Lambert in 26 to get right back to his inside. And take the lead down into turn number 1. Your biggest mover so far is the 103 machine, Adam Kilday. Up 15 spots, just ahead of him, Christopher Pinder. And the 24 machine up 11 spots. So those guys doing a nice job navigating the draft.
Yeah, they're definitely some of the ones that don't want to be too far behind. You don't want to be caught out because, you're only guaranteed 1 caution. If you don't have your Cal Naughton Jr., where are you going to finish?
Absolutely. Where are your friends at the end, and do you actually have any? So we'll see how these guys navigate that. Coming closer to the checkered flag. You can see Joseph Murata sticking to his guns, leading this second pack in the 20th position. Qualified in the 19th position, and he's happy right where he is. Back from 20th to 27th. Chris Harvey, one of the drivers that pulled out a line on that first lap in the 97 Ford machine. And he drops to the back, as well as Brandon Thornhill in the 68 machine. Got some chatters already in chat. Good to see it. Got some supporters for their favorite drivers. Love to see that. Adam Kilday is trying to go from 25th to 1st. He's up 20 spots at the moment. Making that high side work. It's still pretty conservative. These guys are just kind of happy to go 2 by 2. No one pushing 3 wide middle. It actually looks like we're getting ready to have a line around the bottom potentially. There's only 4 cars on that outside line. But it looks like that inside line's happy to just sit around and ride, get to that competition caution, and make it a one-stop race with our estimated fuel run of 35 to 40 laps. If you can get to lap 25, you got 1 stop left, depending on if and when the big one occurs.
Well, we're going to have another car on that outside line as the Ford machine of Dylan Bird hops up there. He's not really on the back of anybody, but he's there.
He'll be closing up here shortly to the outside of the 13 of Corey Blevins. Don't see a whole lot of side drafting going on either. They're kind of just giving each other plenty of room, plenty of respect.
It is way too early in the race to be side drafting. We know how iRacing handles netcode, and it is not well.
Not at all. So these guys giving each other plenty of respect early on. Love to see it here for a plate race, especially with no fast repairs. You heard that correctly.
It's a one and done. You put that car on the outside wall and you're limping back home.
Absolutely. Dylan Bird, great onboard shot here. You can see the 2x2, 5 rows deep here. A little bit of a checkup there for the 4 machine, following Christopher Pinder. You can see it just ahead on screen. Glenn Murphy Jr. in the 48 machine.
Likely going to be your lucky dog when we
Just
get
holding to
around to that competition caution.
Double yellow line. Leaders are rapidly approaching. He is roughly 2 seconds slower per lap. You can see them approaching. But with one car, we don't imagine there being any issues as they go around to lap him. Could have been a late join, as Art said, or just a part of a strategy to stay out of the way. This is kind of like the calm before the storm. Everyone's feeling each other out, seeing who they can work with, but no sense of urgency yet for many of these drivers.
We've got another probably 60 laps until we start to see some urgency.
Absolutely.
I'd be really interested because with that competition caution, I wonder if after that, the drivers who have elected to be about 10 seconds back, give themselves some spacing. If they decide to, push it and be like, one main pack.
Yeah, absolutely. Got 19 out of 28 in the main pack. So most of the drivers have elected to run up front and just be in touch with the leaders. Obviously, anything can and will happen at Daytona. Everyone has the opportunity to win. You can see there Glenn Murphy Jr. hanging out to the wall, letting the pack go by on his inside. First of the 3 wide we've seen tonight. But very respectful from the 48 machine. And he'll hopefully fall back in line and get the lucky dog here in around 12 to 13 laps.
That has to be probably the longest I've ever seen a Daytona or Super Speedway race go without being 3 wide in some fashion.
Yeah, this is it's kind of a rarity here. But very respectful so far. It's pleasantly surprising, nice to see. We've had a couple lead changes despite that. Inside lane will pull, then the outside lane will regroup. We thought it was going to be a train around the bottom, but now we're back to double wide, 5 rows deep. As the 138 machine has a nose and head of the 26 machine. But if we can get this for 80 laps and have a finish side by side, I will take that all day long. It looks like with the sun going down, handling's pretty good. Haven't seen any huge issues so far from anybody in terms of getting loose out of the corners.
I would hope no one's loose here at Daytona. I've seen that happen, but it usually happens with an open setup that is looking for all the speed they can get. But
handling used to matter.
Yeah, when we had about 1,000 horsepower.
Bring back the 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, at least 900, please.
Give me 800. Just we'll start bumping it up slowly for these engine manufacturers that don't know how to build horsepower anymore. But as you see the ticker go across the top of your screen, this is your first time tuning into a plate race broadcast. You'll see the margins are ultra fine. The top 10 being within 0.4 of a second, and the top 19 being within 2 seconds of each other. So that is very much commonplace. But the top 11 are double wide. 12th place hanging back just a little bit, but not at risk of losing the draft at the moment, as they have 10 laps to go till the stage break. So they are potentially going to back it off here, as these guys will fight for stage points. 10 stage points to the winner of the stage.
First change we've seen in a minute. Justin Larky finally takes the bottom line.
Right down in front of the 26 machine, Josh Lambert.
Lambert looks like he wants to come up.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of a wiggle there from the 26.
Ooh, he's on the apron.
Adam Kilday still in the 103 machine, up 22 spots. Trying to push Jackson Carr up to the lead. Larky still holding strong on the bottom.
Oh, is he?
And
I think that's the first time we've seen someone get loose. I think he was loose. That car was almost sideways.
Larky will dip out of it. Jackson Carr to the lead. Adam Kilday will go to the bottom right with him. 27 of Jackson Carr out to the lead for the first time tonight. The 103 machine, he's up 23 spots, wants to make it 24. Because he'll now lead that outside line. Help from the 82 of John Furness. Christopher Pinder up 14 spots as well. He's done a nice job navigating this draft so far. As things are starting to heat up ever so slightly as we creep towards lap 25. You can see they're on the high side back. There, Justin Malarkey fell back to the 13th position. He's trying to reorganize a run, and Adam Kilday had a nose ahead going into turn number 3. We'll see if he can keep it on the exit of 4. Be up 24 spots and lead a lap.
And I believe things are starting to heat up because, you know, stage points. Top 10 pay out.
Yeah, and there it is, the 103 machine, up 24 spots, led that lap. Adam Kilday, very nicely done. Meanwhile, we have a little bit of side-by-side going on here in this second pack. Travis DeLeon wants to lead that second pack, and he'll get ahead of Joseph Murata. And the 12 machine will be leading. Excuse me, the 25 machine. Paint hasn't updated for whatever reason, trading paints. Potentially there. But the 25 machine now leading this second pack. So you see that inside line now fighting back yet again. Outside line kind of getting disjointed. Only 4 cars there. As Josh Lambert makes a move to the top side. That'll hurt the inside line's momentum. And look at the shove the 103 gives him. Almost too good of a shove there. You got a little loose entering turn number 1. The 26 comes down to cover. Again leading the 103 machine up top. Now the inside line has the momentum. 26 and 27 on the bottom. 26 gets a little bit of a shove. Are we 3 wide? Jackson Carr through the middle. No help, though. He's going to be fading back quickly. Things are starting to pick up here as we're going to approach lap number 20.
Kilday comes down and picks up Carr, so that's going to save him. He could have left him out too dry.
Now we're 3 wide. Wide for the 5th position.
And all this racing is going to bring that pack that was about a second off. They're going to come back into the fold. They're going to see those stage points. Like, I want to look into those.
10th place, currently getting 1 stage point. He's right there with them.
Yeah, all the way back to 19th. Has a shot at this. We're down to 6 to go.
If business is picking up. As Kilday back to the lead. 26 getting shoved by the 08. Michael Jeans, your pole sitter. The pushes are starting to get a little more aggressive. Nothing too drastic, but you can tell these drivers definitely want to collect stage points early and often if they can get them. Give it to the 26 of Josh Lambert that time by. As the top 8 still remain double wide. Chris Pinder hanging on in 9th all by himself. Jonathan Gonzalez continues to close in on this front 9. But if I'm the drivers around, I'm looking at Adam Kilday early on, coming from 25th to 1st. As a potential drafting partner late in the going here. Jackson Carr's had some solid pushes. The 26 of Josh Lambert has looked strong.
I mean, our pole setter, Michael Jeans.
Yeah, he's hadn't fallen outside of the top 5.
Like, this top 8 has been real solid.
Chris Pinder's been in the top 10 after the first couple laps. He's up 11 spots. And he's kind of maintained that 8th or 9th position.
Malarkey, when he was in the group, was doing really well. And I believe he got loose. Jinxed the man, sadly.
The first commentator's curse of Season 7. Happened before the first stage caution. That second pack, half a lap behind. Will be just happy to stay out of the drama that's sure to occur here in the next 3 or 4 laps. Glenn Murphy Jr. still sitting up here with the lead pack somewhat. Gonna get the lucky dog here. Of note, it is iRacing cautions. All flags are handled by iRacing. Admins will clear a black flag if it was deemed to have avoided an accident.
If I'm Glenn Murphy Jr. and I see the laps counting down right now, I'm backing up. Because honestly, right now, you see we're coming to the stage caution, or competition caution. I hope it's stage. If we're very wrong on that, that would be funny.
No, I
but
confirm
these drivers
it is stage caution.
Yeah, so they're going to get feisty. If he gets a 0x, anything involved, that's taking that lucky dog away. So I'm backing up if I'm him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get nothing happens.
We're still side by side, 4 rows deep. Top 10 under a second.
Oh, the 44's, he's peeking his nose there middle. I don't think he's going to commit to it.
We're coming to the final lap of the first and only stage. So we'll see what everyone's willing to do for stage points.
I'm surprised that, Jonathan Rosella, Randy Orms, and, that group there didn't get connected. I really expected more from them.
Well, you heard him here through the trial, kind of a little bit of a lift. So he's kind of content with 10th place at the moment. We'll see what these front 9 decide to do. They come off of turn 2 for the final time in stage number 1. Inside line looks like it has the momentum for now. Now the outside lane gets a push, courtesy of the 27 of Jackson Carr. The 103 has half a car length in front as we go through turn number 3. Inside line with 5, outside with 4. I'll put the 26 back in front off of turn number 4 for the final time here in stage number 1.
He's got a little bit of a run. He's not
Josh Lambert gonna win stage number 1 here. Adam Kildare made a run at it late. Josh Lambert, your stage 1 winner here. Outside pole sitter, stage 1 winner. Pretty good so far for the 26. That'll give Glenn Murphy Jr. his lucky dog. No incidents to report of. And the second pack, led by Travis DeLeon, will be able to catch up here. A very nice first stage here.
Fantastic racing.
Absolutely. Field's going to wait for the pace car here.
I really wish they upped the speed of the pace car on super speedways.
Yeah, Field's having to slow way down.
There it is.
All right, we'll see who elects to come in. And you see some of our sponsor logos. Again, shout out to these guys for everything they do for the league and making tonight's broadcast possible. Sim Racer Hub, Butt Kicker, Wilder Graphics, Sim Speed Shop. Looks like everyone's coming in here for fuel. It'll be a busy pit road here as we work lap number 27. See the 08 there. Michael Jeans had to back up a little bit in his stall. Justin Malarkey's working his way down pit road. The number 1 box is unoccupied. But it looks like Josh Lambert will win the race off pit road, followed by the 08, the 27, the 4. whole host of others. You can see everyone from the second pack getting their service done. Looks like most of them were 4 tires and fuel with the amount of time they were in their box.
No reason not to at this point.
Yep, and there's Glenn Murphy Jr. getting his lap back. So all 28 cars back on the lead lap. All of them came in for pit stops, so everything is reset here.
There's one more green flag, hopefully green flag pit stops. Don't want to jinx it.
Yep, there's Justin Malarkey off of pit road. Brandon Thornhill. Adam Kilday still on pit road. He gives up the second spot. So that'll be something to monitor.
They've got to be removing whatever was in that car that moved him all the way up to first for a while.
There goes Glenn Murphy Jr. And then the last man to leave pit road will be Brandon Thornhill. He's been on pit road for over a minute. We'll see if he's able to get out before the leaders get back around. But it doesn't look like he'll be able to, and he'll actually go a lap down. And in the 68 machine, potentially a technical issue. And Glenn Murphy gets back on the lead lap, and Brandon Thornhill will go a lap down in the pits. The lights are off on top of the pace car. Got some of our Monday night folks coming in from EA and EA. So glad to see everyone coming out, supporting great folks at LSRL, Light Speed Racing League. So looks like Justin Malarkey came back down pit road to top off fuel. And Brandon Thornhill is finally out, so unsure of what caused that, but one caution will get him right back on the lead lap, so he's the only man 1 lap down. We'll monitor that.
And I am unshocked to see the viewers in chat be mostly the people that come out to support Pinder from E and EA.
Yeah, Pinder helped get us here. He helped broker the deal. We see him on Monday night. Now we get to see him on Tuesday night.
That man really messaged me like at noon. Hey, y'all want to broadcast tonight?
Yeah.
I'm like,
why not? We love it.
get another shout out to Joseph Murata for. I mean, he's giving us a shot.
Yeah.
They're putting on a great show for us.
But it looks like
and
the
y'all?
138 of Malarkey and the 68 won't even catch up to the pack. Actually, Thornhill will.
Green flag, green flag.
But Justin Malarkey is going to be all by himself here. As the field gets back up to speed. And we'll do one of our favorite segments here. As the field's getting up to speed, we'll go ahead and shut up and let the cars do the talking here with Crank It Up. Nothing better than the sound of automobile racing at 190 miles an hour. While during that Crank It Up, Travis DeLeon had an issue here in the 25 machine. Thought about pitting, and then decided against it at the last minute, so he'll be off
Well,
the
he's
pace?
back on the apron again, though. I believe he might have gotten a black flag during that restart. Because there was some talk that he might have been in the wrong position. And he's coming in this time by.
Interesting. So he got a penalty, is that what it was?
Potentially.
Being in the wrong position. Well, that'll put him a lap down, so Brandon Thornhill will be able to get around him for the battle for the Lucky Dog. Then Justin Malarkey will also be in danger of going one lap down should we not get a caution. So that'll be something to monitor.
Johnny, you gotta go tell your father how to read. In the most respectful way possible. Make sure he lines up in the right spot.
Because a mistake in a race this clean could be crucial and put him out of contention. But you can see now, immediately after that competition yellow, the field is much more compact, all the way down to David Cameron in 25th, who might be in danger of losing the draft if he can't get a good enough push from Thornhill. But it looks like he'll be okay. So all 25 drivers, 26 with Thornhill, who's a lap down, are in the lead pack. And then Justin Malarkey and Travis DeLeon currently off the pace. But he's back out on track 2 laps down now in the 25 machine.
And he's not going to be there fast enough to be with the draft, so he has a chance of going another one.
Yeah, he'll be 3 laps down here before too long. Current biggest mover, the 84 machine, the driver for Jaw Racing, Anthony McInturf. Up 14, now 15 spots. Right behind him, the 71 machine, Wayne Ratched, up 11 spots, so they're coming through the field here. Travis DeLeon's coming back into pit. Could potentially be pulling off for the night after that mistake. We'll see. It looks like we're side by side, 3 rows deep. Then Pinder hanging on in 7th. Glenn Murphy Jr., though, after being a lap down early, made his way up to the 17th position in the lead pack, so he was certainly happy for the stage break. So he'll fight for the win here this evening. And the one thing we were not able to fully implement is everyone in their teams. We have some of them. Christopher Pinder and Travis DeLeon for Team CMS. We have a couple of others. Speed Zone Esports. I believe Jaw Racing is previously mentioned. Wilder Graphics, Joseph Murata. Travis had a penalty for lining up in the wrong position, and then had to come down and serve what might have been a speeding penalty. So he had to make 2 unscheduled stops. He is multiple laps down. And he'll come out right in front of this lead pack to be 4 laps down. Yeah, Speed Zone Esports, one of the other teams mentioned, Wilder Graphics. Adam Kilday, we saw spend a long time on pit road on that first stop, and oh, the big one's occurring! Lap number 36, and the whole field's involved. Oh, we have a car flipping wildly, the 13 machine. Corey Blevins up and over, and he is out of this race. Continues to flip wildly as the big one occurs.
I'm sorry, Corey Blevins just came over chat. in the happiest voice. Yeah, I think I'm done.
We'll take a look at what caused it here. Looks like it starts right at the front.
Ooh.
I believe that's the 44 of Jay Smart. So he's got heavy right side damage as well, but let's take a look. And it looks like he tried to shoot the middle there. Not enough room on his outside with the 08 machine. And he gets, the 08 gets tagged in the left rear, turns down to the 27 of Jackson Carr. You see John Furness. Oh, and the 13 machine. Corey Blevins. Hang on to your hats, folks. This is going to be a wild ride. Tries to shoot the middle, and he's almost made it through. Clips the right rear of Pinder and turns him back into traffic. Let's go ahead and get a cockpit view of this thing. Through the eyes of the 13. He said it himself, I think I'm done. The fact that that car rolled away from the scene of the accident, but it pops off immediately, nowhere for any of these guys to go. He thinks he's okay. Pinder gets spun out in front of him. He hits the wall, and almost immediately starts flipping wildly. Through the grass, up and over. I don't know of a wreck that comes close to that at Daytona. Maybe Ryan Newman, I guess? That looks like the Ryan Newman from his rookie season almost.
Wow.
Here's Glenn Murphy Jr. on board here. See, all these guys we had just mentioned them.
I feel like the onboard you need the most is going to be Joseph Marata.
Here comes the 4 right down into him, nowhere to go.
Yeah, Joseph's the one that sends him when he bounces off the wall.
Here's the 5 machine. You can just see, he turns back at the 08, bounces back up in front of the wall, collects the 4. Everyone tries to scatter. The 13 bounces off the wall right down in front of him, nowhere. With the 5 machine of Joseph Murata to go. He sends Pinder for a ride as well. Just immediate chaos. Dylan Bird involved. You can see the 13 flipping wildly there. The 8 machine. Andy Arms spun around. Because I don't know if we can... I mean, that's the whole field.
It's the whole field reacting to it, but I think there might be 3 cars really damaged from this and 1 car out.
Yeah, but it...
Pinder's going to have a lot of damage getting smacked. Joseph's going to have a lot of damage doing the smacking.
Yeah, the 08, the 4, the 27. You can see that the 71, the 48 gets a piece late, the 29 and the 88. The back half of this field checking up. But anyone inside that top 12. Pinder thought he was clear, the 13.
Oh, that's going to be bad. The 71 got into the rear bumper of someone going much faster. So that's going to be bad for the 71. This is going to be a kerfuffle.
As our live button doesn't appear to be working, so let's just do that. But lights are off on top of the pace car. We are coming back to green flag racing here. So we'll reload here so we can get all of our pieces in order here.
It's going to be a fight. There are a bunch of cars still trying to catch the back of this pack right now. 71 is about half straight away.
Yeah, but that was a huge incident for a lot of these guys. We got a bunch of guys promoted to the front that were kind of biding their time. So we'll see. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn. Josh Lambert's still leading.
We're about to go green, and a lot of these cars are not connected because of everything. Yeah,
okay. And we will delay the caution as everyone's trying to get in their correct spots. Oh, we have a little bit of the 08. Michael Jeans, your pole setter, gets into the side of the 27 there. As this field obviously was super spread out. So. But it looks like, obviously, John Furness, Travis DeLeon is back out. So he'll pick up a couple spots when it looked like he was destined for a poor finish. Christopher Pender still on pit road. And then obviously the 13 machine of Corey Blevins. Brandon Thornhill on track. Jackson Carr has pulled it in. Joseph Murata still out on track without a hood. Obviously we will get this re-rack so the whole field can get in order here. But yeah, the 24 and the 13 still on pit road. And several cars at the back of this field damaged.
I think Jackson is...
Jackson Carr is off track.
Out of the car.
Brandon Thornhill still on track. Joseph Murata on track. Travis DeLeon, who was not involved in that wreck but had some penalties, will look to pick up some spots from this as the rest of the field catches up. Oh, we're going to have to delay it one more time. That's okay. We'd rather get it right than restart in chaos. But this is what this is doing, though, actually. Is going to allow some of these drivers to potentially come down, top off with fuel. As it looks like Eric Shields is going to take advantage. Tony Skirbo, Glenn Murphy.
Michael Jeans.
And all these guys at the back of the pack are coming down to top off with fuel. Which is a smart thing to do, as we are right on the edge here of making. I
feel like that's a lot of fuel saving you'd have to do, though.
Yeah, we were talking to Murata just before we went live tonight, and he said he thinks it's going to top out at 40 with a 70% fuel load in the Xfinity cars. So we'll see if we can get to that magic number, or if there will be more chaos that will make it a moot point. Yeah, the 68's going to have to come all the way back around. You see on your track map. The 103 just made it out. But it looks like we should be getting back to green flag racing this time by. And we'll see once we get up to speed how many of these guys are able to stay with the lead pack. That caution was also very good for Justin Malarkey, who, as we saw, had spent an extended amount of time on pit road under that first stage break and had lost the draft and was in danger of going a lap down. But he's back in contention. Obviously, being out of the pack helped them avoid the big one. So we said it earlier, though, it's not a matter of if, but when. And disaster struck on lap number 35. Lights are out on top of the pace car. Several drivers will still not catch up. But we're going green. Josh Lambert going to lead us down.
Green flag,
and green flag is in the air.
Not a whole lot of cars connected. We've got talks of black flags. I believe still through a little bit of the mishaps due to the starting lineup with certain drivers not being able to get back.
Yeah, obviously, guys, sitting there trying to top off the field. We have 22 cars on the lead lap. Joseph Murata, the first car, one lap down. Heavily damaged, though. As we'll see here how many will actually be able to get up to speed. Dylan Bird, obviously, heavily damaged. He's not the last car on the lead lap. We'll go a lap down quickly without help. But, yeah, Leonard...
That outside line did not go anywhere.
Yeah, Leonard Frost now into the second position. We haven't heard his name a whole lot tonight, but he is promoted into the second position. And it looks like things are starting to calm down now. The drivers realize that they can't afford too many more of those incidents. David Cameron, another one of those drivers that took advantage of working his way through the chaos. Up into the top 6 in the number 10 Wrangler Camaro. It looks like the top 20. excuse me, that make that the top 19 are going to be able to be in this lead pack.
I went and looked at Anthony, and he has no front clip. I don't think that car. He would need a lot of help to maintain.
The 68's going to need some help here, though. I don't know if the 5 of Joseph Murata is going to be able to give it to him without a hood.
68 looks clean. I'm not sure what that would
Oh,
be
and
about.
there's Jay Smart serving a penalty, we would imagine, for lining up in the incorrect position.
I don't know if it was lined up in the incorrect position or if it was... Because he restarted on the outside line, did he not? Like, did he not restart, like, next to the leader?
I'm not sure, but there is a, obviously, unscheduled pit stop there for the 44. He'll need a caution. As Chris Pinder's coming back out on track. Trying to pick up some positions here, at least on Jackson Carr directly ahead of him. Obviously, the 84 machine, we saw heavily damaged, no front clip. Coming in to serve a pit stop. As the front two have started to slowly pull away. More so than we would expect. But Justin Malarkey's pulling him right back. See the 13 machine of Corey Blevins out on track. And an amazing feat of never giving up. Could have easily took his ball and went home, but he's going to see if he can pick off a spot here or two, depending on how the rest of this race goes.
It's going to be the battle of the modifieds, Helm and Pinder, probably.
Yeah, but he's
like
here.
neither
Dylan Byrne getting out of the way here. He'll go one lap down. Justin Malarkey to the lead here on the outside with help from the 08 of Michael Jeans, who's running well despite that damage. '74 Gary Smith helping that outside line along.
That's a good response potentially for Pinder and Blevins. Jay Smart, Anthony McInturf have both like gotten out of the car.
Pinder's back in though. We'll see if he's gonna call it quits or not. But there is potential for some of these guys at the back of the pack to pick up some cheap, easy spots. But we'll see, obviously. If you're committed to a full-time ride, that would obviously matter more in the grand scheme of things. As the 84 is out, the 44 is out, the 27, and the 82. Still a relatively competitive pack. Cars that I thought wouldn't be able to keep up are keeping up pretty well. Thornhill's able to stay there. Randy Arms. Armez, maybe? We're still learning everyone's names. I think it might be Armez. That makes sense to me, but he's hanging on to this pack with some right front damage. He might want one more caution to get that batted down and hopefully suck up to the pack a little better. So there, a little bit of the uncontrollable part of sim racing, the blinking in and out, the fake tire smoke. But Glenn Murphy Jr. is one of the ones I thought would have no chance of keeping up. Took a nice size hit, and he's sitting there in the 8th position.
Never know with these cars.
We have 18 cars that are still very much in contention for this win, even after that huge incident.
And there are even multiple times where we've seen, you know, those little blinking incidents where, like, if the game just doesn't detect it the right way, you're perfectly fine.
All right.
Or the simulator.
The car currently in 4th, left rear damage. The car leading the outside line was 3/4 of a lap behind at one point. The car leading the race, Josh Lambert, has led almost every lap, or close to it. Leonard Frost is as high as he's ever been in the 3rd position. So we got a huge mixed bag here. As Pinder is getting back out on track. He needs one more lap to pass Jackson Carr. You see there. Lap traffic pulling out of the way. That is the 71 machine of Wayne Rupp Ratched.
Gonna have to start having drivers in their driver info list pronunciations too.
It's not the worst idea you've ever had. Chris Harvey running a patriotic scheme. Looks very nice under the lights. The Tennessee Shine Company, very nice. What's more patriotic and American than moonshine? That's how NASCAR practically started.
The moonshiners.
On board there with the Jaw Racing driver.
Corey Blevins is going to have his Ricky Bobby moment. Are those the other cars right now?
The fact that he's on track, though, is nothing short of a miracle. And he's going to pick up spots doing this, putting around at 123 miles an hour. Out for a Sunday drive. He's going to pick off Anthony McInturf here in a lap and a half. Jay Smart, he'll pick up in 2 laps. And he'll finish 23rd if no other incidents were to occur. So he's fighting for every single point he can get. As the front 3 now have broken away single file. Pinner goes another lap down. Travis DeLeon has a perfectly clean car, hasn't been involved in a single accident, but just due to some miscommunication. He's trying to get a lap back the hard way. He's 3 laps down, so it's not the biggest stretch in the world to see him picking up all these broken cars, being the first car multiple laps down. And if he can pass these leaders, he'd be 2 laps down. And 1 caution gets him to 1 lap down. So there's quick math for everybody. But there is a path for the 12 machine to get back into this thing. And he's on track for a top 20 right now. Just by being in this pack and overtaking some of the broken cars.
Yeah, I don't believe there's another driver on track a lap down that he's not going to catch up to. Considering he is full speed and everyone else is broken.
Yeah. But I tell you what, while all of that happened, we have guys pulling the trigger for their last green flag stop from 9th to 18th. The whole second half of that lead pack pulled off, and they're going to pull the trigger here. They're going to be good to go to the end. We'll see if they catch up to these 8. But they're side by side, so if these guys can get organized in the pits, they could potentially make some moves here. So we'll see. As the 13 machine obviously down and out of the way, very respectful at his speed. So he's past Jackson Carr. He's trying to get around Anthony McInturf and get every point he can get. We'll see here. Looks like Glenn Murphy. Looks like they're going to be pretty organized.
But they're not all hooked up to each other.
But they should be able to get pretty conjoined here. If you're Ryan Tiller, maybe you're a little concerned, but if you get a big push, it could potentially help. If you're Eric Shields, you might be very concerned. 8/10 off of Brandon Thornhill. And if you're Thornhill, 7/10 off. So we'll see how these back guys kind of get organized. As the lead pack is catching them, will they pull off the pit? Not on this lap, so not an immediate response as they're side drafting side by side for the lead. If these guys can get organized, they have a shot at this. But Eric Shields is going to need a lot of help from these 2 guys behind him. We'll see if they'll play ball with them. But it looks like they did get organized. And we'll see where this takes them, but they are organized. 9th to 18th. Very nice job by this second half of this pack. They're going to run single file. And these guys up here running side by side. I don't know. We'll see. This second pack might have something for them.
Yeah, I don't think these guys fighting for the lead understand what is currently going on.
We'll compare lap times once they get up to speed. We'll see here they're running the bottom, shortest way around the racetrack. We'll see what their first lap will be. If they're able to be faster than that first pack. Because these guys are still fighting side by side. Justin Malarkey back to the lead. Because they're going to deal with the 71 machine. Wayne Rupchat, who doesn't get out of the way. Trouble for the 11 of Leonard Frost. As he kind of just held the bottom. And Leonard Frost is going to lose the pack here. Oh my gosh. And he's crashed and stopped on the apron. He'll get it rolling though. A caution were to come out.
I think he's stuck.
He's going to be high pointed.
Oh no! Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
But let's look at that. He almost gets used by a pick from Malarkey. Malarkey didn't. The 71 just didn't get out of the way. And that's going to have even more effects for that lead pack. They lost a member.
They've lost multiple because now they're down to basically 5.
Yeah, Adam Kilday and David Cameron are in danger of dropping off. Leonard Frost did drop off. Last lap, that second pack was quicker.
48.3 to 48.3.
This lap, it should be especially quicker.
Nope, Justin Lambert, it's faster.
48.3. But we'll see what... Oh, now the second pack started going side by side.
That is a...
So they were working together well, but they couldn't take it.
There are cautions in this league.
It is iRacing controlled. One car all the way off by himself, completely, isolated from the track, under the apron. Not going to bring out a caution most times. Just,
We can't always read booth. We're going through green flag pit stops, and some action happened. We're trying to do math. We're not the brightest bunch.
Yeah, but Glenn Murphy Jr., 8th position, 41.5 seconds back. We'll monitor that gap and see if it comes down any closer.
I'm also going to state, that first pack is still faster.
48.1 to 48.6.
Yeah.
See that side-by-side racing? Yeah, that actually might have been a blessing in disguise. Because 7 cars, there's not as much checking up. If you lose some of that pack, the back end of that pack won't have to check up as much. So they can kind of go full out here. They also have Travis DeLeon helping them. And now here we go. Looks like the leader's in for a pit stop. Not everyone pitted with them, though. They're going to split themselves even further as the 74 stays out. And
There's some door banging on the entrance of pit road.
And Travis DeLeon is going to get a lap back, so he's now 2 laps down. And if a caution were to come out, although the 74 has a great run on him, we'll see if he works with him. Looks like they will. 4 cars in a line. I'm not that bright. I just have a very big passion for motorsports. I do my best. There's a 13 still there, as we have many packs just kind of all over the place. Second pack has gotten back to single file. Justin Malarkey's out. These 3 guys that pitted are not together either. They are cars scattered all over the place.
They're not going to be up to speed, but they will.
And Michael Jeans was in and out. He's 3 seconds on these guys, so he's going to lose a lot of time. Adam Kilday is hooked up with Malarkey. Josh Lambert's going to get dropped, and he was your race leader. He spent 12 seconds on pit road, and he is now isolated and is going to get caught by this second pack. So this second pack is going to catch some of the first pack drivers. These last 3 guys are now in. Chris Harvey took just fuel only. Gary Smith, 11 seconds. And David Cameron, all by himself, 14-second pit stop. And he's all going to be by himself. But here's your race leader. Chris Harvey, Gary Smith, Michael Jeans, who actually might end up being your race leader. He'll get to second. Here comes Adam Kilday, and then you see the second pack further back. They're right there. They're going to catch him. The 74 gets hung out to dry.
Oh, wow, we're already going to be 2 by 2 as Josh Lambert decides to hook up with Michael Jeans instead of stay in line and keep the speed going.
Yeah, Adam Kilday is going to blow by Chris Harvey here. Lap traffic staying out of the way. The 71 learned his lesson from last time. So the leader's coming down to pick him up. Chris Harvey will see if they work with him. As you can see, this pack's now getting right back together. Right around the outside, the 103, Adam Kilday, to the lead. Malarkey coming with him. And Glenn Murphy Jr.
Started from the pits, but he's splitting it 3 wide. He's
What a
not
push from the
stopping-
21 right into the 138.
Oh.
That's not going to work, boys. Back on
Oh,
track, tags
it's
Malarkey.
Malarkey.
Caution is out.
Oh,
88's
there's so
in
many
it
pile
late.
in.
Oh, the 29, the 8. And you saw that coming a mile away. The 21 gave a great shove. Samuel Damian gave a heck of a shove to Glenn Murphy as that second pack was coming full speed on these guys trying to get organized. And it just didn't work out. The pushing the pusher, we talked about it early in the show. But look at this second pack here. We're just going to let it play itself, and you'll see exactly what happens. They're all trying to get organized. Chris Harvey has just come and rejoined. He gets hung out to dry. Gets a heck of a run. He's not going to work with the 97. Malarkey comes down to block. Shoves it, and then really, we'll show you it from Samuel's point of view. He can't see anything. He has no idea that the checkup's occurring. And then, obviously, we'll get involved late, but that's one of the things. You just kind of have to know. You check that relative, maybe have a call out from the 48. But Malarkey should have stayed up top, because the 48 and the 21 couldn't get themselves slowed down in time.
I don't know if Malarkey had much of a choice because it really looks like Michael Jeans decides to take the top on him, so he just moved down to give him more room up there.
Well, on board here with the 138. He's checking his rear, comes down to block, and then you can just see the speed difference. The 103 coming back on the apron. Malarkey has nowhere to go. I mean, it's a visible difference. That's the shot from the 48. The 103 also getting a shot. They go below the apron. The 48's on the apron. And it just, everything breaks loose from there. Casey Brown piling in late, as this is the second half here. 48, 21, 138. The 5 machine not involved. And does Travis DeLeon, I'm curious.
He did not get Lucky Dog for the race.
He did not, because the way the
But he
pit
kept
stops
his
work
lap,
out.
it looks like.
So he should be
2
pretty,
down.
yeah. So he'll gain a lap out of that.
But Leonard Frost is still going. Glenn Murphy decided to hop out of the car.
But 17 laps to go. Kilday electing not to pit after that. As everything gets shaken up yet again.
I dislike Twitch chat trying to defend you.
Who flies into the back of somebody like that? I don't know if that's the 28, though, so much as it is the 21 having no idea that there was a block thrown. Obviously, I'm not race control, so I won't want to speak on that accident for somebody, but the 21 is shoving Glenn Murphy as hard as he can because they have the momentum from that second pack. They were already hooked up, and that first pack was still discombobulated and disjointed, so... Well, that's the thing. By the time that Malarkey threw that block, the 48 had nowhere to go. And he'd already had someone pushing right on his back bumper, so. But they were hauling down the back straightaway, and obviously if you can get that tandem pushed up, you're going to go somewhere. So that was the idea before the block was thrown. But obviously in situations like that, where there's a mix of speeds, it's going to very obviously be a dangerous move. I completely agree with that. And as you can see, this field has shrunk considerably over the course of these 80 laps. And we'll see, obviously, we'll get up to speed and see how many of these drivers have a race-winning car. We'll see if Adam Kilday can even get up to speed. He's got some pretty significant damage on that front and rear end. Eric Shields up 19 spots. He's making moves late. Jonathan Mizela making moves. And Justin Malarkey, obviously in that incident, we'll see how much speed he's got in the 138 machine, as he's got no rear clip whatsoever. But pace car is off. We have a couple guys catching the field late, mostly lappers.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is in the air, and the 26 is going to fly by the 103.
Oh, we've got cars drafted coming to the line.
We'll see if that's a penalty, but the 103 obviously didn't get going well. But he was the leader. You can see Malarkey trying to get it to speed, though. I don't know if he'll be able to do it as well as everybody else. He's kind of dropping back. The 103 machine, he's actually hanging pretty strong. He's going to be tandeming the 26 down the back straightaway. So he'll be all right. Malarkey falling back, trying to leave that outside line. He's going to get hung out to dry, and that's the worst case scenario. The 08 comes up to pick him up. But it looks like we got a pretty healthy pack going, all things considered.
Looks like potentially a 15-car pack. Somehow Joseph Murata, like without a hood, maintaining speed.
He's in that second pack. We thought he was done and dusted. He's pushing a guy without a hood is pushing somebody with no rear bumper right now. So that's where we're at.
Hey, I'm just saying, like two halves of a car make a whole car, right?
But there's nothing. There was no hood and there was no rear bumper. Nothing plus nothing is nothing. But
oh, we're 3 wide. Michael Jean sitting it through the middle.
Somehow, though, Joseph Murata is with this lead pack. Not race-winning speed, but he's there. So he's in contention if they all wreck on the last lap.
He definitely has top 10, like with his name.
And Justin Malarkey was unable to keep up with the pack. So it'll be a 14-car breakaway. Casey Brown did not catch the pack. And then obviously Samuel Demian off pace here in 17th. But now Eric Shields leading for the first time tonight with a push from David Cameron, who thought about trying to go down low with them and almost got turned by the 26. 26 is going to go up. Pick up the 10. We're going to 3 wide. Thought better of it. Ryan Tiller about split David Cameron. The intensity is very obviously picking up. As you can see on this track map, there's still a handful of lap down cars in various conditions still trying to race.
Oh, the 10 left the door open. David Cameron and Ryan Tiller just sends it on through.
Walked right through it, yeah.
You cannot leave that big of a gap at a super speedway. Someone will stick their nose in with like 12 to go.
Absolutely. You're going to walk right through the door if you can. Josh Lambert's been so strong all night long, and he's leading that outside line. I'd go with him. You can see here Samuel's pulled it in. Oh, as they get loose up front, Eric Shields gets a push from Kilday. Give that lap to Josh Lambert. As the 13 machine did finally pull it off under that last caution. I think he can pick up any more positions.
He could have picked up Glenn Murphy Jr., but I think that's probably the only.
Yeah, but
I
Malarkey's
understand
lost it. And Brandon Thornhill. So, yeah, we got 14 cars.
Oh, we're trying to go 3 wide. Tiller sends it around the high side with no help.
Yeah, that's going to drag the middle line back. See that, just that slight side draft effect, what effect it had on the middle line there. Now Tiller will get back in line. Michael Davis with help from the 8 of Randy Armez. Trying to make that third line work. Way in the back, 10 laps to go. They pass lap traffic with Christopher Pinder, who will be able to pick up a spot on Glenn Murphy Jr., so that's what he's shooting for. From 24th to 28, all cars are out. And then Glenn Murphy Jr., so that would give us 22 drivers still out in varying conditions.
21.
Did somebody else pull off?
Glenn Murphy Jr.
Yeah, but 21, excuse me. 21, you know.
And y'all thought Max was smart.
No, it is 22.
Oh, because Pinder's still out there. My
Yes,
bad.
sir.
I'm reading it the wrong way around. Like, he still hasn't caught up to Glenn Murphy yet.
Not yet. He's 4 laps behind. But outside of that, all the lappers should get into their positions. It should be finalized. 24th to 28 is. 22nd will swap. Dylan Bird might catch up to Wayne. But Wayne's on his own lap. Travis might be able to catch up to Samuel Demian late. He actually will in the pack. And the first man a lap down is Leonard Frost. The only man 1 lap down, all by himself, not in danger of immediately going a lap down. He is hoping for one more caution because that car doesn't look too bent out of shape. But back up front, Eric Shields continues to lead as we're catching the lap car of Samuel Demian. He's holding the double yellow line. Will he pull to the apron out of turn number 2? He will. And that'll be a change of position for Travis DeLeon, who had been multiple laps down at one point, now only 2.
Top 20 day for Travis. Could get better. You never know.
Who's actually only 12 seconds behind Leonard Frost. 4 seconds a lap. He would get there.
He would still need 2 cautions to get on the lead.
But he could get all the way up to 17th. And then obviously the closest man a lap down would be 2 laps down if the field catches 10 seconds before wrecking. Leonard Frost is praying for a caution right now. On board with Jonathan Mazzela in the 5th position. You can see these pushes starting to get a little bit more aggressive. You can see the squirming of these cars. You can see the damage. Lambert with a push from the 08 of Michael Jeans. Goes back to the lead. So we come to 6 laps to go. As we're 3 wide now, David Cameron's taking a peek up top. Falls back in line. Thornhill and Joseph Murata still hanging on with their damaged race cars. They still have a shot. Tony Scarbo. Haven't heard his name a lot tonight. He's hanging in there with that damaged 29 machine. Gary Smith in the 74.
Back of the pad.
It might have been the 74 of Gary Smith from the push on Michael Davis.
And he got a little loose there.
As we are coming to 5 laps to go this time by.
Oh, Michael Davis, he's taking it 3.
Gary Smith gives him the space. He's got a little bit of help from Randy Armez. Not a whole lot, though.
No. If they can get to the back bumper of Brian Tiller, he himself tried to take it 3 on the
and we fall back to
on the
2 by
outside.
2. Eric Shields continuing to lead. 97 had a half a car below the yellow there. Pinder goes another lap down. The 103 gets a bit squirrely. There's Leonard Frost. So give another spot to Travis DeLeon. Great recovery drive, all things considered, into the 17th position. Up 9 spots from where he started. And Pinder. Chris Pinder in the 23rd position. Once he gets to the start-finish line, will pass Glenn Murphy Jr. So all of the lap cars should mostly have their... Malarkey can pick up a spot on Casey Brown directly ahead of him. But that's all the lap cars mostly settled, as we have 4 laps to go.
And yeah, they are actually... the lead pack is catching Malarkey and Casey Brown.
So Leonard Frost actually was able to hang on to the very tail end of this.
But that tail end is on the back of a broken car.
But we'll see if he should be able to push the 5 machine up there and actually battle with Travis.
I have a feeling we're not... Oh, I'm not...
The 103 gets really squirrely.
I was going to say, we weren't going to get that late race caution. I didn't have a feeling for it. We about got spicy there.
But we are catching a lot of lap traffic. One was on the low side, one is on the high side. They move up to the high side late. We're 3 wide. They all move up to the high side. Everything's good there. As we are approaching 2 laps to go. Josh Lambert gets shoved out. He's clear of Eric Shields on the low side. Gonna drop down. Oh, the one gets turned! The 47-74 in it.
Oh no, DeLeon! Travis is caught up in it.
An iRacing caution? Hello?
Wait, what? No, you can't be serious.
And that's...
You can't be serious.
iRacing? Okay. I'm not sure what I just saw.
All right, man.
And there it is. Okay, I think the admins realized that that wasn't going to get thrown. So admins had to step in there. And Josh Lambert and Adam Kildare are saying, oh, just one more lap. But let's take a look. That was almost disastrous.
It was disastrous.
It starts with Eric Shields here. The 08 machine of Michael Jeans, your pole sitter. And we're just trying to see, does he bounce off the apron?
Oh, it's netcode.
But it looks like a little bit of netcode there. You can kind of tell, just there's a bit of gray in there.
Yeah, there's still like a foot between those cars, and they just get pulled together.
And the 08's going to get turned right to the wall. The 08 nowhere to go. The 23 involved. And then everything's going to pop off from there. Gary Smith. Oh, there's massive netcode further back, so that's going to send the 74 down into the 47 and the 97. The 41's out of control, gets into DeLeon. Eric Shields is destroyed. Leonard Frost gets a piece late. The 10 car of David Cameron. Is that? Will reduce our numbers even further.
Yeah, like Ozman said, that's heartbreaking for DeLeon to be racing, pretty cleanly, to fight back versus penalties. And honestly, it was just netcode. The 74, gets the worst netcode bump I've ever seen. Or probably not the worst. I've seen terrible. 74 collects the 41, and it just pops off right in front of DeLeon.
Yeah, but 5 cars have decided to stay out here to not fix damages. The 29 probably should have. The 5 has gotten all the damage fixed that he possibly can, I imagine.
I was going to say, though, the 5's already, served his.
Yeah. And now he is 4th with no hood. Randy Armez has a slight right front crinkle. The 103, we saw him in that second to last caution. Middle of that rear bumper's pushed in, and Josh Lambert has a perfect-looking race car. So I like Josh Lambert right now. It's Josh Lambert versus the field.
But the field tends to win in these situations.
Indeed, it
It's a
does.
super speedway. All you need is one good run, and you're a race leader. You could win, or you could lead one lap, and that's it.
This is kind of like both August Daytona races. Very clean, and then just for whatever reason, things happen, and we dwindle this field down dramatically. Drastically, dramatically. I don't know what I was doing there. But this field is much smaller than when we started the evening. Got a mix of clean and wrecked race cars. And who knows how this thing's going to turn out.
Small little something to notice. That 5 car being P4, that outside line might not get that great of a jump.
No, they will not. So the 103 could be left out here temporarily. The 8 could get a good run and get pulled to second. Lights are out on the pace car. Art, double check me here. How many green-white checkers we got?
We only got 2.
Only got 2 green-white checkers. So if they wreck them up twice, it'll end under caution. I imagine these boys will pull it together, though. They've done a great job all night. The wrecks that we saw were not anything unusual for a super speedway. The worst decision was the only thing that was questionable was the 71 getting in the way of Leonard Frost down the back straightaway as a lap down car, but other than that, he's okay. Even though Travis was involved in that last wreck, I might add. His car looks okay. He's still 2 laps down, but he was able to pick up a couple of spots. Picked up a spot on Chris Harvey. So, and could potentially finish in the top 15. David Cameron actually still is serving, as well as Eric Shields. So there's more spots to be had for some of these guys that are 2 laps down. Travis, Samuel, and Leonard. Travis has had a good recovery drive, though. A top 15, I think he'd take that.
I don't think I'd survive if my daughter was in Twitch chat saying he's not having a good night.
Yeah, I think he's having a good night for what he started at. Because I haven't seen Michael Jeans, Eric Shields, or David Cameron leave pit road, so he could actually finish in the top 13. Because the pace car, yeah, he will. The pace car is about to pull off, and those guys haven't even left yet, so he will pick up more spots here. They'll be battling Samuel and Leonard there at the back for, position. But here we go. Josh Lambert leading us down, green-white checkered. We're underway.
Yeah, with this many damaged cars, they're not going anywhere. The 103 wants to get a little bit of side
Yeah, the
draft.
5 has, just like you said, held up that outside line drastically. The 103, no help. The 8 to second. The 57, 41, and 138 trying to work together late. But this field is spread out. They could get a run on the 26 because of this, though. The 8 gets hung out to dry. Got the 103, 29, and 68 working together.
They almost had 3 hooked up and ready to go.
Here comes Adam Kilday. We've seen this one all night. 26 on the inside, 103 on the outside, and we are side by side for the race win. Coming to 1 lap to go, the 68 all over the back of Kilday. Thornhill, we thought was down and out. We're going to get to the white flag. He's pushing for everything he's worth. Thinks about 3 wide. And race is official. How hard can you push? Outside line's got the momentum.
Oh, if I'm Lambert, I am absolutely mad right now. The 8, I don't know if the 8 can get to the back of his bumper because he's got damage.
We'll see what the 103 does here. Does he pull down in front of him and block the 26? The inside line trying to get organized. 26 going to come up.
Oh, the 74, he's got to run now. If you're 26, you got to go up with 74.
He's going to take it. He's outside of Thornhill. What can the 74 here do late? Can they get a run? Adam Kilday.
He's got it.
Josh Lambert's getting a run late. The 68 trying to get back to him at the line. Josh Lambert. What a comeback.
Josh Lambert by a hair at the line.
I think he got it by 1/100th of a second.
Wow.
And he's going to owe a lot of help to that 74 machine. Take him out to dinner or whatever you may. But a great effort from Kilday. He did nothing wrong. Second place up 23 spots. Your biggest mover here this evening. We had 11 cars on the lead lap. Finished up by Joseph Murata. Unbelievably so. Casey Brown finished 1 lap down all by himself. And Travis DeLeon, who was 4 laps down all by himself, 10 laps in, finishes 13th. Very nice recovery drive for the 25 machine. But let's see if we can get a word here with our podium finishers. We'll see if we can find them anywhere here. We'll see.
I don't think any of them are in voice.
Josh Lambert. We'll go ahead and see. Let's see here. We're gonna give it our best shot. Josh Lambert. We will do our best. Adam Kilday.
Man's typing out names. We need these interviews.
Where's Kilday? I don't even see here. I don't see him. And then Brandon Thornhill. Don't see him either. So I'll just do Josh Lambert. But we are typing out names.
Well, there is a Brandon. Not sure if it's necessarily our right Brandon because it's just his last name.
Yeah. But you see the 26 and the 68 lining up for a photo. Kilday pulled off. But what a win. What a win. 26, 68. The 103 should be there to complete the picture, but...
Yeah, I believe that's our Brandon. He's, waiting in the room there.
All right. Well, considering I don't see our top 2 anywhere.
Oh, Lambert's there.
Lambert. We'll pull Lambert in first. Josh Lambert, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, congrats on the win first and foremost. Very nice to meet you. You put on a heck of a show. Looked strong all night long. Qualified outside pole and controlled both lines, inside and outside. Pretty much the whole race. Cars in one piece. And you came out of turn 4 with help from the 74 Gary Smith and got it by 1/100th of a second.
Yeah, I didn't know if I won that race or not, man. It was real close. I looked down and seen the relative. I was in first, so it was wild. But yeah, I tried to stay out front, either in the top or the bottom lane. I didn't really want to be behind anybody the whole race, and it worked out. No damage on the car at all.
Yeah, a dominating performance for the 26 machine. And just the best way possible to start the season off. Making a name for yourself here early and often. But anyone you want to shout out or say hi to tonight?
I give a shout out to Michael Jeans and Dylan Bird. We raced together a lot tonight, and we stayed in the front, pushed a lot of help, and they got caught up in that big wreck. Tough luck, but they should have been up here with me.
Yeah, tell them to follow you. It worked out pretty well. But congratulations on the win tonight, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. And then we'll go ahead and... don't know where Adam Kilday is at, but I believe this is the Brandon we were looking for here. Brandon Thornhill. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess I am the Brandon you're looking for. I don't know.
Didn't see a last name on Discord, but nice to meet you first and foremost. You had a very solid race tonight, qualified in the top 10, and came home with a podium finish tonight in 3rd place. And not a whole lot of damage on that car, but made some moves there at the end and had yourself in position to win it.
Yeah, I was mostly trying to survive. That was really the name of the game. That's all these super speedway races tend to be, is a survival game. So that was my main goal, was survive, and then see what I could do at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, you did a nice job, all things considered. There's some big wrecks, and you were able to avoid most of them, and came home with a P3. So very nice, very nicely done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And before you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
Just guys that's putting on the league. I mean, they've come a long way with this. I remember when we all actually first got this thing started, and I kind of handed it off to Anthony and them, and I'm proud of what they've done. I think they've done a good job with it. So that's about it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the third place tonight. Well deserved.
Thank you.
We do actually
We have found Adam Kilday, so very nice. The 103 machine was up front a lot tonight. Looked good. Had a little bit of damage in a late caution. Didn't really affect him all too much. And looked to be in position to win the whole thing until the last 2 inches. Pipped by Josh Lambert to the line by 100th of a second, but nevertheless, a great finish for you tonight.
Oh yeah, I was involved in the one wreck, probably around middle, halfway through the race or so. And I about dodged it. I saw an opening in the middle, and I went for it. And then it closed off right in front of me, and I clipped the guy below me that drove down into the grass, and I had a lot of front end damage. But I pulled into the pits and was surprised to see it was only like 40 seconds fixes, so I got all that done and was able to keep up with the pack rest of the race.
Absolutely, and obviously a heartbreaking way to lose it in the last couple of feet. But you still have to be pleased with it with a second place overall for the season opener tonight. Let everyone know that you're here to contend for these plate races. You were up front all night.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Like, I don't mind the whole side by side racing. This was probably one of the best Daytona races I've experienced on iRacing so far. But I just have fun with good side by side green flag super speedway races. So glad to be taking part in that for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put on a good show tonight. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or say hi to for the broadcast?
I'd like to shout out Simability and Glenn Sidman and all those boys over there. So they make handicap wheels for disabled folks, and he's got a bunch of awesome custom ring setups and custom paddles for wheels for folks with disability challenges to compete on iRacing. So shout out to them, and yeah, that's about it.
I'll tell you what, I love that. That's awesome that he's able to do that. But congratulations again tonight on your podium finish. Well deserved.
Yes, thank you, sir. You have a good one.
You too. All right, let's go see who's left for us. We'll go see. We got the CMS boys, Chris Pinder and Travis DeLeon. We saw you last night, and we're here again tonight. Yeah, how we doing, fellas?
Good. Fantastic. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Y'all put on a good show for the most part. Travis, not sure what happened to you early.
Sorry.
But you're good. But a great recovery drive. Yeah, we kind of
back to back.
Yeah,
unreal.
Yeah, but 4 laps down all by yourself with inside of 15 laps. Did not give up. Got 2 of them back, and got a 13th place finish.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It was a great race.
Yeah, absolutely. Pinder,
you were literally.
Yeah, no,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, you get fine. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying there was literally nothing crazy. It was just racing.
Yeah. The wrecks we had tonight were pretty much basic super speedway stuff. I was pushing the pusher, and then we had a little bit of netcode that caused that last one. So I'm fine with how tonight went. So yeah, absolutely. Pinder, you were looking good early. You were inside the top 10 most of the night, at least for the first half, and then just caught up. Much like Monday night and stuff that can't really control, but that's Daytona. But you were
I could have lifted, eh? And I saw a window there, and I was like, I can probably get through. And then the one car just shot down, and that was the end of it.
But you persevered. You passed literally everyone that you possibly could have. So stayed out on track and passed the guys that were unable to finish. So did everything you could.
I get a few bonus points too for being in the top 10 during that.
There you go. So. You maximized the result. Oh, Travis, the funniest thing I saw. You were in that second pack the first 25 laps, and
my God,
we randomly saw you, like we switched to you, and you were just like, "I'm leading the line. There's nothing going on. I'm at least going to lead the line." So that was pretty funny.
Dude, it took me a minute to get there, but I did it.
We're like, "Oh, they're just back there having to go, and they're side by side and back," and then so that was pretty good. But yeah, y'all put on a show tonight. Chris, thanks for having us out tonight, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a pretty cool race.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to next week, man.
Yeah, we'll see you next Monday.
Yes,
Hope,
sir.
hope we'll see you next Tuesday
Yeah,
too.
we got to finalize some things. This came together pretty quick, but we'll see what we can do.
Oh, we'll make it happen, man.
All right, I love it. See you guys
care,
later.
boys.
Yep.
Later.
It's in Dover.
How we doing, gentlemen?
I love
Hey, guys.
We're here with the Wilder Graphics Xfinity team. Looks like they were the only ones to stick around, wanted to hear us speak. But got Joseph Murata, Randy Armez, and Ryan Tiller. I hope I said all that right.
Arms.
I started out with Arms, and then I switched it
Yeah.
halfway through to Armez because we have
Yeah,
another.
that E gets everybody.
It does. It got me too.
Yeah.
But Randy Arms, Ryan Tiller, and Joseph Murata. Walk me through your guys' race tonight.
Well, it was going great. And then there was a car that was in front of me that was stopped.
Yeah.
And that wasn't going so good after that.
But you lost the hood, and you were in the lead draft up until the final restart, and then obviously just you needed someone behind you pushing you, and that didn't happen. But you finished on the lead lap without a hood, gained 8 spots from where you started, so that's a heck of an effort for you.
Yeah, not bad. We fell a lap down, and then we were able to get the lucky dog at one point, and I was able to at least stay in the draft for a little bit. And once that restart came, I had no momentum behind me. Yeah. I knew I was going to lose everybody right there. But it is what it is. It's Daytona. We finished on the lead lap, and what else can you ask for?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, your whole team put on a heck of a show tonight. A 6th, an 8th, and an 11th. So that's pretty good for Daytona and all the chaos. But your whole team looked good, working well together. And it was a very fun race to commentate up in the booth tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys up there tonight. Like I said, kind of surprised that you guys hopped on real quick there, and we got everything squared away. So
yeah,
glad we put on an entertaining show for everybody. Hope the people out there liked it, and maybe we'll have you all back here for next week if we can.
We'll
work some
yeah,
magic.
We'll see here what we got going on. But Randy and Ryan, any final thoughts from you guys?
Yeah, I'm just kind of glad that I was able to see the checker flag. Got caught up in a couple different wrecks. Didn't hurt the car too much, but it was definitely, it was definitely a little off the pace there on that last restart. I just couldn't, get no momentum to help push or to stay with the guys up front. But all in all, be able to come home top 10 on the lead lap and can still see the leader on the first race of the year with a bunch of new guys. I feel like, that's almost like a win. Really, the whole race was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was for the first race of the year. It was a pretty clean race. Being at Daytona, I was pretty satisfied with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I put on a great show. Ryan, any final thoughts from you?
Just a pretty solid finish at tracks that don't like me. Just like Randy said, glad to see the finish or the checker flag. I'm sorry. Good race. First race to have Sinclair on the car. Just got caught up in a racing accident at a super speedway. It seems.
Yeah.
Still finished top 10 though, so solid points day at the end of the day. All I can ask for.
Yep. And then before we let y'all go, any final shout outs or anyone you want to say hi to for the broadcast?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to all the admins that have put in a lot of work over the off season here, and Wilder Graphics for all the support they've given the drivers, and Grid Finder that's come on board as always to help promote the Lightspeed Racing League, and Randy down there, he's one of the admins, so appreciate him stepping up this season. I'll throw it over to Randy and Ryan, but awesome job for you guys tonight, and all the drivers that put on a heck of a show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to say pretty much what Joseph just said. Just thanks everyone that put in the time over the winter to bring in some new people and to keep the league running. I say thanks. Say everybody that showed up tonight. I feel like we had a pretty good crowd. Hopefully put on a good show for you guys, and so really thank you guys for coming on. There last minute.
Absolutely, it was a pleasure.
I know. I know a lot of people like when there's a broadcast, and it didn't look like we was going to have one, at least not for the start of the year. So when I heard that you guys were coming on, I was pretty excited and can't wait to go back and watch it.
Absolutely. Appreciate the kind words. Any final shout outs for you, Ryan?
Just shout out to all the league admins, Joseph, Randy, everybody who puts in the work to get us to be able to race week in and out, and I appreciate you guys stepping up last minute, like Randy and Joseph said. Really means a lot listening during the race. You guys sounded awesome. I love to hear it.
I appreciate it, guys. Well, y'all take care, and we hope to see you back next week.
Yeah,
10-4.
Yep. All right, any final thoughts from you tonight for the Daytona 80, the opening race of the LSRL?
That was great. Like, our first time seeing these guys, and they decided to put it on what looked like a fantastic show. Fantastic outing for these drivers. Some really good, clean, hard-fought racing. Not wrecking each other. Just fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously a huge shout out to Joseph Murata for bringing us on board last minute, as a couple guys said. It came together late this afternoon, and we hope we were able to put on an entertaining show for everybody. And we'll hope to see you guys back next week. Final shout outs to Wilder Graphics, Track Time Entertainment, Sim Speed Shop, Sim Racer Hub, Butt Kicker, Grid Finder, and LSRL itself. But everyone take care and have a fantastic night. We'll see you back here next Monday night for ENEA and the cutoff race for the round of 8. So y'all take care, and we'll see you back here next week.